The surprise plea from WNBA star Brittney Griner on trial in Russia. The case being closely watched back here at home, with pressure building for the White House to gain her release. Griner today pleading guilty to drug possession and smuggling charges, arrested for bringing vape cartridges of hashish oil into the country, explaining to the judge they were placed in her luggage by accident. The basketball star detained now for 140 days, faces up to 10 years in prison. She sent a handwritten letter to President Biden saying she's terrified she may be in Russia forever. President Biden writing her back, officials at the U.S. Embassy personally delivering his letter to her in court today. Her team, the Phoenix Mercury, holding a rally in Griner's honor last night to push for her release. The U.S. State Department saying Griner is being wrongfully detained. The Biden administration facing growing calls to get her out of Russia and back home immediately. ABC's Rachel Scott leads us off from the White House.
Tonight, the sudden admission from WNBA star Brittney Griner, pleading guilty in a Russian courtroom.
I would like to plead guilty on the charges.
Griner walking into the second day of her trial handcuffed, carrying a photo of her wife, Sherelle. It's been 140 days since she was detained, arrested at the airport for carrying vape cartridges containing hashish oil, now facing up to 10 years in prison.
But I had no intention on breaking any Russian law. I was in a rush packing, and the cartridges accidentally ended up in my bag.
Like many athletes, Griner spends the offseason playing overseas, where she can earn more than her WNBA salary.
We're hoping for the softest sentencing possible.
And experts believe that guilty plea might be part of a strategy.
The only way to get to a potential prisoner swap would be to have her properly convicted in a Russian court so that the Russians can then negotiate.
Just days ago, the two-time Olympian wrote to President Biden pleading for help. Today, the president's response hand-delivered to Griner.
I was able to share with Ms. Griner a letter from President Biden, and Ms. Griner was able to read that letter.
The Biden administration insists Griner is being wrongfully detained. But the Russian deputy foreign minister with a warning that attempts by the American side to make noise in public don't help the practical settlement of issues.
There must be a higher love.
And 5,000 miles away at the home stadium for the Phoenix Mercury, Griner's teammates, family, and fans with one simple message: bring Brittney home.
I'm frustrated that 140 days have passed since my wife has been able to speak to me, to our family, and to her friends.
We can hear that pain and frustration from her family. Rachel Scott joining us now from the White House. And Rachel, what more are you learning about how this guilty plea could play into the strategy for Brittney Griner's release?
Well, Whit, all of this is a calculated decision. Tonight, the legal team for Brittney Griner says that she wanted to take full responsibility for her actions. But given the nature of the case, as well as her contributions to the sport, they are hoping for the lightest sentence possible. And the White House says even with that guilty plea from Griner, it will have absolutely no effect on their efforts to try and bring her home, Whit.
All right, Rachel, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.